Hey SnapFlash fam! What was supposed to be a night of national pride quickly turned into a fiery debate about free speech in Botswana. At a celebration for the athletics heroes fresh from winning Olympic gold, President Duma Boko lit up the stage, not just with praise, but with stinging remarks about critics on social media and in the business community. Instead of uniting the nation around sporting glory, the president's comments have sparked fears about democracy itself. Is Botswana entering an era of tighter control over free expression? Before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into Botswana's biggest stories. The event was meant to honor Botswana's athletics champions, gold medalists in the men's 400 meters and 4x400 meters relay in Tokyo. But President Boko, a human rights lawyer by training, used the spotlight to lash out at his critics. He condemned Facebook users and commentators who questioned his decision to declare a public holiday in the athletes' honor. Critics said it would cost the economy millions. Boko dismissed them as inappropriate voices fueling a culture of disrespect online.
We have a lot to learn from these youngsters. The nation stood behind them, all of us. And I applaud every citizen of this country for the support that they showed our athletes, the love that they have for their country. But I must also admonish the nation. I see how you react when success is not forthcoming. I see how you tear these kids apart with negative commentary, toxic comments on social media, tearing apart a 21-year-old. Where were you at 21? What were you doing? What did you do for your country at 21? For you to have the audacity to insult a 21-year-old who's carrying the cross of your country, carrying you as part of the dead weight that he has to fight through to get to the gold medal. What do you do at that moment when success is not forthcoming? I've seen how these kids get abused, violated. Oh, he belongs to some club. I see these things. Negative, destructive. Do they come out of envy or jealous? Do they come from a place of wickedness? Wickedness against the 21-year-old? Come on. What are you doing? This is what we see in this country. We all come together and celebrate when there's success. But we are fickle. We can't bear the challenges that must lead us to that success. So we would rather insult, tear apart these youngsters and abuse them on social media. These are our heroes. We've got to treat them with respect. They've earned their respect. They deserve their respect. And so social media has become a very toxic space. And world leaders are complaining. France's President Macron was complaining in the United States. Everybody is complaining about social media. People write what they like. They don't care. And the bulk of it is not even true. A substantial chunk of it is actually malicious. And when anybody writes on social media, they speak with such authority. Oh, Litsi didn't run properly. Where did you run? Yourself. What race have you run? What did you win? For you to be such an expert to advise, what did you... show us your demonstrable track record. Maybe we might listen to you. We're not saying don't advise, don't comment, but do so with respect. Do so with humility. Respect the person who is in the arena. You must respect the person who is in there. Not theorizing from the touchline. No. Every twitch of muscle, every emotion that expresses itself on that track has a bearing on the outcome. And when you attack because you think things are not going well, you become a problem. And there are many amongst us who are the problem. And so we need to treat these youngsters with the respect and admiration that they deserve. And I appreciate their exceptional performance. They have put us way up in the reckonings. I was in the United States. Before I stood to speak at any event, and I spoke at many of them, first, everybody wanted me to come and speak. Every president wanted to come and meet with me. Why? Because of these youngsters. And the first thing they did, every forum that I appeared at, they started with congratulations. A reverent acknowledgement of the success of these youngsters. And so I engage with them and I ask them openly. People are saying, let's declare a holiday. What say you? They say, yes, let's declare it. And we declare it. And I hear whimperings of protest around. Wickedness, I think it is. We want to celebrate these heroes. We want to dedicate just one day to them, to recognize the feat that they have achieved for the country. Do you realize the amount of recognition that this has brought to the country? Do you realize that investors are now interested in this country? Because they see that this country produces serious people who raise themselves even from circumstances of nothingness, and they rise to the highest levels in the world. Do you realize this? Does it mean anything to you? And you sit and tell me the country is going to lose 500 million. First, you are not telling the truth. Your proposition is actually speculative. But even assuming it is true, do you realize the countervailing benefit that it brings to the country? Have you calculated that? Tell us how many billions this has brought to the country or will bring to the country. The attention that the country now enjoys. How many investors are paying attention now, coming in droves to the country? Because they ask, who are these people? They come from Botswana. They don't know about Botswana, many of them. They began to research in earnest about us because of these youngsters. And they are ready to come and invest here because of them. Do you factor into your weird equations all these qualitative benefits that the country gets? Do you? Or you just give me some crude numbers and statistics? And a scholar called Benjamin Disraeli said there are three kinds of lies. Lies, damned lies, and statistics. So don't bring statistics to me and talk as if it's gospel because you are citing figures and numbers, 500 million. No. There are other factors that may in fact be more important than your statistics. So don't come to me with that cheap claptrap, pseudo-scientific, pseudo-economic analysis. I don't buy it. You can't hoodwink me with that. No. I will uphold, I will respect these kids. We declared this holiday. It was not a knee-jerk. It was a reaction to an Archimedean moment in the history of this country. When Archimedes was bathing in that bathtub and he discovered something that he was battling with his whole life, what did he do? He jumped from the bathtub naked and ran around shouting, "Eureka, Eureka." That was our Eureka moment. We jump naked, yes, we do. We do it deliberately, we do it intentionally, we do it unapologetically. Yes, we have to, in honor of them and the great achievement that they have themselves realized and the honor that they have brought to their country. We recognize them. There's no regret about the 29th of September. None whatsoever. In fact, I'm fortified in my belief that it was the correct decision to take. It was. So don't go around getting people thinking, no, the country lost money. No, you brought the country a lot of money. The country stands to benefit immensely from what you did. And that is why wherever I go now, everybody wants to talk about Botswana. Everyone wants to come to Botswana. Because of you. You don't realize how big this achievement is. You don't realize. And others who are unappreciative don't realize this. You want to count pulas and tabes and ignore these achievements. No.
That wasn't all. This past week, journalists reported being blocked by police from covering the athletes' airport arrival.
Get them paid. Get them paid.
For many in the private press, this was just the latest in a troubling pattern of being sidelined from state events. Boko has often accused private media of peddling lies, once even claiming 90% of their reporting is false. His government is now pushing new media regulations. Supporters say they'll professionalize journalism. But critics, including rights groups, warn these rules could silence dissent, limit who counts as a journalist, and starve independent media of resources. Civil society leaders say the president's fiery words could push citizens to self-censor. And on social media, where the criticism began, many now worry that even mild dissent could spark presidential backlash. So here's the big question. Is this just a president bristling at criticism in the heat of the moment? Or a sign that Botswana is sliding toward tighter control of the media and free expression? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you stay informed with SnapFlash. As our athletes bask in their well-earned glory, the celebration has also revealed another contest, one over democracy itself. In Botswana, the right to speak freely has always been a cornerstone of national pride. But after this week, many are asking, how secure is that freedom? Thanks for watching SnapFlash. Keep questioning, stay informed.